Sprint's going to do things differently. We'll let you decide for yourself. They're offering a new 100% total satisfaction guarantee. Try it out and see the savings. You don't love it, get your money back. See?
Hey guys,
Now Sprint's unlimited.
I just ran home to turn my thing on. I gotta get back to work now, alright?
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Better safe than sorry though, man. Like, you know it, man. Better safe than sorry. Alright, I'll see you guys real quick, alright? Alright, don't mind my dog. My dog's gonna start crying when I leave, but you know.
Yeah. It'll be okay, Megadeth. I think it'll be okay.
Sounds fine? What do you say?
Yeah. Turned his camera back on. I don't know if he logged back in the party room though. Oh yeah, he did.
Exercise rooms and swimming pools, public cafes, bars and bistros, even pet care services. And nobody understands your options like the advisors at A Place for Mom. These are local expert advisors.
I'm sorry, so wait, where were you?
And determine the right level of care.
Oh, the angels had the knowledge of heaven already. I mean, it's not like they were humans that are like.
Alright, so the angels that went with Lucifer, did they turn into demons? Or are they just fallen angels?
They're fallen angels now. I mean, even though you see it, nobody. I mean, Satan's not like the pitchfork and horns like you see in cartoons and stuff like that.
I know, but the angels turned into demons, and is that the same thing as a corrupt mortal? That turned. How does that work?
I mean, listen to the two guys. I mean, do they possess? Do they inflict harm to other people on Earth? Yeah.
Are those corrupted angels, or what are demons? Evil spirits? Or those corrupted mortals?
Demons. Those are the fallen angels, are the demons or devils or whatever you want to call them.
Well, how many is that? How many was a third of all the angels?
I don't know. I mean, this is like knowledge beyond our comprehension. It's like there's like a.
Does it say in the Bible?
No, does not say the exact number, but I'm sure it's a number that's like. Okay, since we're on the topic, and I don't know. I don't want to deceive you or give you the wrong information, Chronic. I actually have a worrisome theory. I don't even want to even say it. No, I'm not going to say it.
Say it!
No, because it might be
You're going to pique my interest like that and be like, no, I'm not going to say it.
No, I can't. I can't do it.
Why?
Because I have to be careful. You know the corrupt false prophets who dance on stages and say all that stuff.
Okay, like I don't believe in that silly shit. Just like, just let me know your idea as a human. Tell me an idea. Like I'm not gonna like.
Well, let me finish. They represent the people who know the word and knowledge of the Bible, of the prophets and God, but they're saying it either wrong, unknowingly, and they're still false prophets, or willingly. I mean, some of those guys know the Bible, Genesis to Revelation, memorized. They got all of those, scriptures locked down in their brain. But it's all about the Benjamins. They don't really care. They're like a marketer.
Yeah, but it's not like I'm gonna go fucking convert right now, depending on what you say, or like maybe I won't convert because you said it wrong. Like it's not. You don't have to worry about your own faith in regards to this conversation.
Yeah, I do. I'm worried about me giving you the wrong information.
I'm just gonna listen. It's not like I'm gonna treat everything you say as the absolute truth and go like, what? That's how it is. Like I just want to know what you think about it. I really thought about being a Christian. I go talk to a church. I go talk to a pastor. That's like their job is to answer these questions. But I'm just interested in having a conversation. I'm not making any decisions based off this.
Okay, I have to think about this.
If you're gonna be a pastor, think about what you're thinking about right now.
No,
but like if you're just having a conversation. I know, but if you're just having a conversation, don't worry about leading people astray because, like, you're not even a pastor. It's not like I'm treating your thoughts on God as the end-all be-all. Like, he said this, my life is a lie. Like, I don't know.
I don't want this to spill out, though, into the, what if I contaminate the rest of the people on Earth with this?
Who? I'm not going to go tell everybody, well, my friend Cookie said this, so you should stop being a Christian.
I'm really scared of this, Chronic. This is a question I don't think anyone.
You think you're blowing too much smoke up your own ass. Like, I discovered a
I
secret
don't
that's gonna
want to.
change
I'm not trying to.
Christianity for the world. Like, that's what it sounds like. Like, it's not like you
Okay,
can't. But
okay.
people try. There's people trying to snuff
Okay,
out Christianity.
Can I?
It's not like you're gonna accidentally do it.
Can we just keep this between each other? I
Yeah,
don't
that's
want you to
fine.
tell another human soul this, okay?
You guys are like the
Because
only
I
people I
think
talk
it's
to anyway.
false. I think
Okay.
it's false, but I'm scared that it might be something beyond my comprehension.
Okay.
What if we're the fallen angels getting a restart in human form? That's what I'm afraid of.
I don't know, because we're mortal. That's the whole thing.
I don't know.
What are demons then?
Well, yes, the angels did deceive, were deceived by Lucifer, and I wondered sometimes, did some of those angels actually, after the initial revolt, did they feel bad for what they did, or
Oh,
turning
we're the
against
redeemed
God?
angels, and we got we got reincarnated with the mortals.
That's never said in the
Oh
Bible.
no, that sounds really pompous. Like, I'm actually one of the redeemed fallen angels. That sounds like one of those otherkin things.
I'm
Like, I
saying
self-identify as a fallen angel.
God still made Adam and Eve, but this is something that's been in my mind. Like, what if?
Wouldn't that be the Nephilim or something like that?
I'm not sure, but that's
The
something that's
giants?
always.
Aren't those supposed to be the angels' children or something like that?
Yeah,
I think if a fallen angel was going to be redeemed, it would be a Nephilim. It wouldn't just be a mortal.
That's another. I'm not sure on the timeline. This is where it gets confusing, because the angels did disobey God in that regard. I don't know. That's something that's always back in my mind. But bear in mind that is not in the Bible, to my knowledge. That's just. I mean, God still could have made human, Adam and Eve, and it is a new creation that He made. But I always wonder, did some, if that did play out? I mean, you have to realize in the Bible it says there's knowledge beyond even the angels don't even know. So I don't want to like speculate and tell
That's
you
cheesy.
that
sounds like bullshit. Well, even the angels don't know, so how can we question it? That's a good one. That'll really be convincing. You'll convince.
God
That's a good
existed
bullshit.
before the angels and Pluto. I mean, they didn't exist at the same time as God. He just All right, don't tell anyone about that, please. I fear about that.
I'm pretty sure someone's thought of that before, Cookie. In the thousands of years of Christendom, no one's ever been like, "Are we the fallen angels?"
No. I mean, is it possible that, like,
I'm gonna create a false church now, lead people astray.
Don't do that, dude.
It'll be like a fight club.
Sad.
I'll be like in honor of Cookie Monster. K-E-Y.
No, I don't want.
We are the fallen angels.
No.
Just fucking with you.
I don't want to.
I'm just fucking with you.
But I'm saying, like, what if God did make Adam and Eve new creation, like it says in the Bible? It's what it says.
That's so arrogant, Cookie. You're the sin of the pride. It's hubris, thinking you discovered the sinful secret that'll destroy Christianity and lead people astray.
I could. I mean, if that was my whole ideal. I mean, have you ever seen the guy called Wretched on YouTube?
No.
Okay.
The Wretched?
Yeah.
Does he just try to be false prophet all the time?
No, he's a good pastor now, but he actually says, I used to be. I mean, this is a pastor that's kind of the guy that gets your money so fast and be the.
Well, I don't believe that guy. That guy's a piece of shit.
Well, no, he used to be that kind of pastor.
I'm not a Christian, so I don't believe in fucking forgiveness. Fuck you. That guy's a piece of shit. I don't care if he's right with God again. Like, that guy's a thief.
Yeah, but God actually obviously interfered in his life and made him right. Look at Paul in the New Testament. He hated the Christians. He was hunting them down, having them killed. I mean, everything. And then God stepped in and said, "Why are you attacking my followers?" And made him blind. I forget how many days, for 3 days. And then he told them, "This man will come. You need to repent. And if you do this, your sight will return." And the Christians
That's
actually, when
extortion.
no, he was,
You
dude, he
better
was
repent, or
killing.
we're gonna leave you blind.
No, he was doing some screwed up stuff too. I mean, he was writing the parts of the New Testaments like Corinthians, Galatians, and those parts. He was telling them, "I am the worst of all of you, worst." I mean, because he did all kinds of stuff that I'm sure he didn't mess with, like, for all we know, harlots, this and that. Just straight up everything, messed up in the world, that for all we know. But I mean, he basically was saying that, like, even, I mean, he had a choice. I mean, he could have said, "No, I'm not going to listen to you because I don't believe in you." And maybe God would have said, "Okay, well, fine, here's your sight back. You are now on the path that you've chosen." I mean, we don't know how that would have played out if you went a different way. But let me ask you this: if I don't want to say, you should not look at God as a genie of the lamp, that's gonna give you whatever you want, whatever you pray for. Like, do I ever pray to God for prosperity and security and all that stuff? Yeah, I do. I admit that, but I don't expect it. I mean, I pray not just for myself. I pray for other people, even people I can't stand or I hate or whatever. And I ask God, "Oh, I know I get so angry at that person," and I don't really show it to them, but I'm like holding it in or whatever. Like I've told you, like the sister that I've cleaned up hers, this the hoarder sister. I've told you about her, haven't I?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was really could not stand her. I mean, I had a lot of hate inside of me against her. I just don't want to be around her, and I still have struggled with that. I still pray, for stuff, for people who've wronged me, for things that have happened to me in the past. It's a better way that way, I find, than just holding the hate of whatever that person's done to me over time. Now, if someone does something wrong to you, I know it's not going to be like an instant "I forgive you," moment. I mean, because we're human, it's hard for us to just do that.
Yeah, but
Some
I'm
people can do that.
forgiveful without. I didn't need Christianity to figure out that was a good choice. Just to forgive and forget.
But even if people don't read the Bible, okay, or don't believe in
I know, but
God,
you come to those conclusions on your own.
there is a sense of, like, even us as humans, that there has to be laws. There has to be, a set law
Yeah, a
amongst
code
us,
to live by.
because yeah, because and even in the same way Jesus says that even the devil, even though the devil hates God and curses his name, just hates him more than anyone. Um, the thing is, even he cannot deny that the devil, and the fallen angels who are still with them or whatever, they cannot deny that they need the laws, the structure of laws to exist. Like, the devils can't fight each other; they have to be the ones that chose.
Do you ever
Now, do
read
the angels?
Dungeons
The
and
angels
Dragons?
fight
The
the
way they approach
devils?
that shit,
Yes. Wait, sorry,
the
what?
Bloodborne shit.
Bloodborne?
D&D. Okay, so back in second edition D&D, in Dungeons and
Wait.
Dragons, there's like the abyss, and demons and devils are
What's
separate things.
D&D? I don't know what
Dungeons
D&D
and
is.
Dragons.
Okay, I don't really know that, but go ahead.
It's like a pen and paper RPG game, with orcs and elves and shit like that. But
I understand that, but I don't know
yeah,
the
back in the
D&D.
'80s, they had they have like world lore, So there's
Okay.
there's the nine hells, there's the abyss where demons are from. Devils
Okay.
are lawful evil and demons are chaotic evil. And there's a thing called a blood war, like devils and demons can't stand each other.
Okay.
Cause fucking anyway. But back in the '80s, there was like a Christianity scare. So Dungeons and Dragons, they had to rename devils and demons because people thought people playing Dungeons and Dragons was satanic worship or whatever. Like in Dungeons and Dragons, you can make a deal with a devil to gain certain abilities, but devils are always trying to steal your soul, and demons are always just trying to kill and destroy everything. You can't make deals with them. But devils are lawful evil, and a lot of them are the corrupted souls of mortals. Like that's how devils reproduce, is by tempting mortals.
Okay.
And like you should read into that because it's very interesting. It's not really true, but like it's very fleshed out because Dungeons and Dragons is very old. It's been around since like the 80s and 70s.
Well, I mean, yeah, like there's a lot of books and but they still borrow elements from the Old Testament. Well, even like what is that movie called? The Chronicles of Narnia or The Lord of the Rings. A lot of that is based on stuff, just in a different form. Even the creepy thing is like, you know, the lion in Chronicles of Narnia. What's his name? It's Aslan. But when the kids go back, he goes, "I go by another name in your world," or something like that. Yeah. I mean, I understood what he meant when he said that. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he sacrificed himself for what's his name, the brother that's a jerk and stuff. I forget what that kid's name is. I actually like the Chronicles of Narnia from the TV series from the 80s. I think it's from the 80s from the BBC. I watched the Chronicles of Narnia movie. I haven't seen all of them, just like the first one, the second one, and they do not follow the story. I mean, yeah, they have not even remotely though. They don't follow it remotely. That's what I didn't like. I was like, oh, come on. I mean, Lord of the Rings did a bang up job sticking to the book, and I mean, it wasn't perfect, but I mean, yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Peter Jackson should have done the Chronicles of Narnia. That would have been awesome. But all I know, I mean, whether you believe this or not, I know we're all humans, we're all sinners, we're all destined to hell. None of us are worthy to go in heaven, but Jesus died on the cross to pay the debt that we all owe. I mean, it's not even just back in 2000 BC, that guy who sinned. I mean, it's us and the future. It's not just a one-time thing and that's it. It's eternally paying for. Oh no, don't die, horsey. Sorry. No, that's what the Bible says. It's to pay for it eternally. It's what Jesus says in the Bible, and no, it's not. Well, compare him. Okay, let's do this with Jesus. Compare him to every king, every religious leader, every person who ruled a culture, a country, a kingdom. And you'll notice all of them follow a certain path except him. It's a different path. It's like all the other guys are, doing 100 harlots and, have wealth, they have power. No. It wasn't just about being right, but he could have had everything. He could have had the crown, the throne, the people, the power, everything. But he didn't, because that's a human want. That's a human perception, and God is beyond all that. You know, and now you do got some people who are trying to, of course, now trying to. No, he didn't need it. He doesn't need it because he can make gold or crowns or thrones or whatever in heaven. Well, here's an example. No. Because that's the human perception of how things are supposed to be on earth and in heaven. But vampires are human. Wait, I'm not saying. I don't want to say I know what's in God's brain, what he likes or whatever, but I mean, it's to the point where he. Wait, no, what? Come on, man. Um, I now I've lost track where I was going. Uh, we were talking about vampires. I don't know where I was going now. I'm lost. Okay, I last said that we're all humans. We're all sinners, all of us. And God's only way that we can be saved. That's it. And there's no, doesn't matter how many holy things, how many times I go to church, how much poor people I feed. Are those good things to do? Yeah, but I mean, that's not gonna save me. I mean, is it God's work to care and help and love other people on earth? Yes. And in fact, he says, my last commandment to you is to love each other as I have loved you. But oh man, the buffalo's got away. The problem is that the earth is in a fractured existence, and I don't mean the earth is cracked in half and stuff, but I mean that's another way to look at it. Actually, look at how well we've taken care of, even though the Garden of Eden was shut up, and the earth, roses had thorns now, and things are more rougher. Like everything that was stated in Genesis is happening exactly. I mean, when we want things, we have to work for them. We have to, suffer to do that. I mean, that's the curse of sin being passed on from the generations of Adam and Eve. I mean, but even in the chaotic world that it is, it's still a great place to live. You know, we only make it miserable with wars and plagues and no, it's not. Hell is like the absence of God and love, and the only thing that lives there is fear and darkness. It's a perception that we don't know. It's not going to be. I don't know. I don't even want to describe it. Oh, Swagger, don't go that way, please. Remember what Swagger was doing? That was one of the reasons I deleted him. You weren't there, were you? He was telling me, Cookie Monster, I need money, man. I need to make a deal with the devil. I need to summon a demon so I can sell my soul. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, well, you're a Christian. You know who God is. You have a close connection relationship to him. I'm like, yeah, I try to. I'm not Mr. Perfect. And he goes, well, teach me how to summon a demon. I'm like, okay, why, if you know that I'm a Christian, yeah. So I'm like, Swagger, I'm not gonna entertain this question, all right? But he kept going on and on pushing it, and then he started playing YouTube videos out loud. I mean, if that's something he wanted to pursue or study, yeah. But I mean, it's to a point where he was playing it and then he played it louder, and we're telling him to stop, and he wouldn't. He was acting really childish. And that was when I was like, you know what? We kicked him out. I forget if it was me or Rugal or King Cannon. No, it wasn't King Cannon. King Cannon was there. Andrew was there, and there was, I think, maybe possibly a fifth person. I can't remember. I think there was 5 of us, but we were all of us didn't want to hear that crap, and so he starts sending all the messages of like, you guys are a bunch of racists, you're all hateful. I'm like, well, come on, you're, yeah. And then he started sending us that we were racist, and then I don't know why he started sending messages saying, and King Cannon is too. Like, you do know King Cannon's a black dude, right? And then I don't even know why King Cannon still plays with him, I think. And then I was like, Rugal was joking around like, yeah, I guess he was saying we're all KK members and all this crazy stuff. I was just crazy talk. I mean, he was having a serious message tyrant. He kept hitting us with message after message after message. And then I was like, I am not putting up with this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm deleting him. I'm blocking him. I'm not putting up with this. You know, because he just would not stop. And then, well, it wasn't even just that. It wasn't even just that. That was just that one day. It was also, what was that game? He was sending like whatever it was where he would send 100 invites. And I would tell him, dude, I've already had to talk with you. I don't have that game. I am not getting that game. So let it go. And he would still spam me for like 30 or 20 minutes of invites. No, he's acting like a kid, and I don't want to put up with someone that acts like that. But it wasn't just one day, dude. It was like several days of him doing that. There was a day, but see, dude, he's in his 30s. He's a grown guy. It's like, come on. So that was, I mean, that plus the other stuff, I was like, Dad, I'm sick of his 170 to 100 messages to join a game that he knows I don't. Yeah. I put up, that's nothing. I put up the worst was Enforcer. I put up Enforcer more. I tried to help Enforcer. Oh, it was bad, dude. He just didn't act that way with you because you don't take any crap from him. When someone says stuff to you, you say stuff back. Me, I'm nice. I just don't have it in me. I don't have it in me. I'm sorry. I can't do it. But like, I actually, when I was younger, I deleted him on my PS3. Actually, he was yelling at me because I didn't know how to set up. It was crazy. I was on YouTube looking at the way Prince dressed back in the 80s, where it shows his like buttocks out the pants and stuff. I don't know if you've ever seen that. And I was just laughing at that. I was like, oh my god, is this the way they dressed back then? It just looked silly to me. Ridiculous. And like, what was it? He was yelling at me about not knowing how to set up a he was trying to open a server for Star Wars Battlefront 2 on, you know how Megadeth plays on fighters. The Star Wars Battlefront 2 on PS2. Are you still there, Tom? Oh, okay. You know how Megadeth plays on there on the PS2, the Battlefront 2? He was trying to set that up, and I don't know, especially back then, you know, I'm just a kid. I'm like, I don't know how to do that stuff. And he's yelling at me and screaming at me, and I'm like just watching this YouTube video, and I start laughing. And he's like, "What's so funny?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just watching this video of Prince, the way they dressed in the '80s, because it shows his like behind, you know, it's cut out in the pants. It just looks so stupid." Um, so, uh, so, um, and then he's like, "That doesn't, Cookie Monster! I'm banning you for 3 days!" He just screamed at me like that. And he blocked me for 3 days because of that. And I was like, you know what? And that wasn't the first time. That was just one of many times. We played a game called Dead Island on PS3. That was a fun game. I liked that game. Did you play that? I mean, I actually played Dead Island 2. I think I got it. Oh, and I played that game with him, and he screamed at me. What do you mean? We didn't play that together. No, no, no. What happened in that game was I was not allowed to search or touch anything without his approval, man. That's what I'm talking about. I was actually being a good Boy Scout and doing everything he said. If I found a baggage, a suitcase to search, he would get pissed because he needs to look at it before me. It's not about, you know, it's not, you know, like, I mean, yeah. So, it wasn't Game World too, it's multiplayer, so it's like, there's no, but it was crazy, like, what was it? And he'd get mad at me, and I was like, "What?" All I did was pick up a rubber band from the thing. "What are you doing?" And he has like 100 rubber bands, and I don't have any. I'm like, "Gosh, come on." So like, he banned me, blocked me, like he called it, banned me for 3 days until I think about how I played, and I mean, it was ridiculous, dude. And then and that happened maybe 4 or 5 times where he would block me as punishment. I don't know why I went back playing with him. I actually didn't. He would like, "All right, you're unblocked now. We can play again," you know. And I'm just like, okay, I don't really want to play with you, but all right. Um, and then the PS3 thing, him yelling at me, I was like, you know what? I'm blocking this guy. I'm done. I don't want to play with this guy anymore. I can't watch a YouTube video without being screamed at because I don't know how to do computer stuff. I don't know how to create a server. I told him that, and he was angry that I didn't know how to. So, fast forward in the future. No, well, I said it nice way. I was like, oh, I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know how to. I wish I could help you, but I don't know." I mean, that's the truth. There's no reason for him to yell at me for not knowing computer stuff. So, like,
Great.
fast forward to PS4. Um,
So many of them are full of this complicated, tricky language.
I didn't get the PS4 immediately like everybody
Look,
else
Fred's
did.
gonna do this,
I actually
Let
got
you
it
decide for yourself. They're
2 or 3
offering only
years,
100%
I think,
total
after it came out. I
satisfaction
was a little
guarantee.
late.
Try it out and see the
So
savings.
I'm still playing on my PS3.
See? Simple.
So,
Now Sprint's unlimited
um,
plan comes with one of the
what
newest
was
phones
it?
included for just
And then and a
$35.
couple years went by even after that, and then some DDs started adding me. "Oh my God, are you Cookie Monster?" "Oh yeah, I remember you." And then all the other DDs started adding me, and then enforced like, "Hi Cookie Monster," all like nicey wicey. "How are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh God, not this guy," you know. And he's like, "Yeah, what games do you play?" And I'm like, "Oh, maybe he's changed." I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and I was wrong. Wrong. He still said "F my couch" and acted out like that. Like, you remember what game did we play? 7 Days to Die. Remember how he acts on that game? It's like he's Negan from The Walking Dead. I can't play this. But what really turned me off was like every time I had a female friend come in a party room, he would right off the bat attack them, refer to them as bitch all the time, bitch, and this and that. And I didn't even like the way he talked to whatever his ex-girlfriend. What was her name? Revengeance. Even though I didn't even like, even though she was, yeah. But regardless, I didn't like the way that he would. Dude, there were times like he would like scream at her and like seriously like tank top of. I know, but you should hear her voice when I was in there alone with him. She's like, I'm sorry, unfortunately, you know, like crying. And he goes, get it right, bitch. And then I'm like, I can't play with people like this. I'm not having fun. I feel like the son with the drunken dad and abused mother. That's what it felt like gaming with them. And that's when and what was the final draw? I forget which was the final one. I don't know. Was that during... I don't have it in me. Some people have done that, like Brumac. Brumac put him in his place, and then he's like, hi, Brumac. Hi, Brumac, how you doing? I was like, what the heck? Well, it's not like he has to be nice, but he was like brutally mean to me, dude. I just couldn't put up with that. People make fun of me and trash talk me all the time, and I don't care. I just laugh it off. But him, it was more than that. I'm just a nice man. Hey, remember that one time? Yeah, I know. When was the last time? I don't mean to bring it up again, but when was? Oh yeah. Still the same old, same old. I don't want to be. Yeah. Well, even if it's my game, I just say let's play and have fun, you know. But then he'll take charge of it, like Negan, and like, yeah, we're gonna do it this way. It doesn't matter, even if it is your world. I'm just like, okay, whatever. But I just want to play a game, have fun. Scream! Oh gosh, this is not fun. Sometimes actually not as bad, but sometimes Dread gets that way a little bit. On Star Wars, he'll chill out and stuff. He doesn't though. The problem with him is he thinks he's a winner at every game. He doesn't like to lose any game, and if he does, he blames. Dude, there's times like when we lost games, he might have been in rooms where he just blamed. Oh, like, how is it my fault? Well, you were there and you were and he'll just make up a story. I'm like, that's not true, but whatever. Okay. I mean, I don't know if you were playing. There were nights Megadeth and Rising were commenting to him, like, even though he said it jokingly, he said at one point he actually said it in such an angry tone. It sounded like he was used to blaming me. He goes, "This is Cookie's fault," and then there was a pause, and then he's like, "I'm just kidding," you know. but I wonder if he like got used to it. You know, when you yell at somebody that might have used to live with you, "Where's my keys?" But no one's living with you right now, and you're like, "Oh wait, I can't play this game. They're not here anymore." You know, one person I worry about is Spud. I'm starting to wonder if Spud is nah, don't bring this up to him or anybody. I'm just speculating. I'm starting to think that Spud might be pre-diabetic, or he is diabetic. No. No. He's not. He's not actually. He's a hard worker and fit and stuff, but I think just genetically, because the way he talks and acts. Guy Fawkes? Oh God. Well, it's not Vader. Is he on my friend list? Oh, Zipper. Well, yeah, but you know the story about him, right? Well, again, don't repeat this out loud because his son comes in here sometimes. His son's name, Awesome Gamer. No, dude, he's in jail right now. I don't know. I think he was trying to make some money.
Susan. I'm sorry to hear about Carter.
Why? I would, if I knew you, I'd be coming over to that house right now with a Clorox bottle buckling him off.
When you and I were dating,
Oh no, see me, I don't really care about like classes. I get along with people of honestly any age or any class or whatever. I don't care who they are. Kids? Oh. The one kid I do have is Zipper's son and Todd's son, who's kind of it's just when I was a kid. Okay, yeah, and I think she's like 16 now. She's 16, like Vader. I think the only person that kind of talks about like weird, annoying stuff is Hayden. He's like, I have a question, Hayden. Todd's son. I mean, I knew Hayden when I was a kid. He did, but he's like what, 14 or? Yeah, but Darth Vader. Let's be fair. Darth Vader used to be that way too. Yeah, but he's matured a lot more than. What? I kind of like Vader. Yeah. You know who else You know who I like? Who's like really like negative and dark and stuff is Woodring. I love Woodring. Woodring's always got like negative stuff like, yeah, if I just die in this, and you could die too, and we'll all die. I mean, that's the way he talks now. He seems to be turning to like this very like, I don't know, gothy emo kid. I think well, he's not a kid. I think he's like 18, 19, and 20. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. I'm over 21. Oh, shit. I'm just very private. I'm always been that way. Everybody wants my phone number. Everybody wants... Why? Why can't I be secret? Because I had an incident. I think I told you. Well, there was an incident. That was scary enough for me. Well, I always have to give people misinformation. I don't mean to, but... Well, I mean... Okay, I'll tell you this. Actually, Rugal did find out my real first name. I was like, yeah. I don't know. Okay, but I don't want you telling anyone. I'm just gonna tell you just to satisfy it, right? I've told Rugal and Megadeth, and that's it. Well, don't even repeat it because they probably forgot my real name. Knowing them, they baked their brains. Rugal and Megadeth have baked their brains enough with pot to the point where they've. Well, what was it again? All right, the first name is Joey. That's it. No, it's just Joey. And that's all you get. But other people have, well, those people before, what happened was they got my lawyer's name, and oh gosh, dude, he was really pissed. I was pissed. But I mean, if he wanted to, he actually could have like charged them with what's it called? I forget what he called it. I don't know. It was probably stalking or something like that. No. How that happened? Okay, so how that happened? What do you mean? Mind my own business? Excuse me? How was I not minding my own business? When? All the time. People tell me private stuff about their lives. About who? Like the example? Oh, I got one. Okay. I said to Megadeth, maybe in the future I'll have my lawyer look up that baby's kid for what's her name, and put some kind of scholarship for them in the future, like that. Oh, we wouldn't need to go to Megadeth. I mean, my lawyer would just go to the city records. They'd have no way of knowing.
That's Sylvester Stallone's house right there. Thank you.
Work the Ritz Brothers, we work Fred Astaire, we work all the way down to Ella Fitzgerald. This is our church. We got some money. We better drop our corner. Get me. She's taking a risk. Besides, she's new. Instead of being a well, all wrapped up by Monty Hall, Esther Williams.
Well, the weird thing was, me and Swagger were cool. In fact, I actually... He didn't act. It's like he was dumbing himself down. He wasn't always like that.
How about a freebie? It's my birthday.
Run our lives and spend our money. No, you're right. We say who, we say when, we say how much. You know, like girlfriend. No, it looks just good. Very glamorous. Glamorous. Okay, wait a minute. Close screw. No, that's red. Don't take lessons.
Oh, I wouldn't. It wouldn't matter. I wouldn't be like, let me send you some money. Yeah.
Work it, baby, work it.
Yes, you have. First is yourself.
Sugar, you looking for a date?
Come on, I want to find out where you go. Any directions?
Sure. $5. Price just went up to 10.
Can't charge me directions.
I can do anything I want to, baby. I am off.
All right, okay. It's a life. You win, I lose.
She actually has more place to stay at. It's not just his.
These are just salons.
Right. Down the street, right. Life would be good here.
Ruby Tuesday slider combos, just $11.99.
You never know. She might 10 years from now change and be a completely different person.
And the endless garden bar. Slider combos at Ruby Tuesday, just
Some
$11.99.
people,
Join our email club for a free app.
There's so much sense in mitigating scent flash detergent.
or, well, no, there's also life-changing things like, say she ODs really bad and she's like in a wheelchair. That's gonna be like some serious like slap in the face. I mean, he's pretty rock bottom as it is, but yeah. No, I know. It could get a lot. You're right, a lot worse.
Stouffer's lasagna with meat and sauce that's 2 times the beef of the leading meat sauce lasagna. That's double the tender ground beef baked into every cheese.
Well, the crazy thing is she's almost died before. You'd think that that'd be a wake-up call.
More is always more.
But nope.
We'll take great care of him.
We get it. You got it.
Thank you.
That's all right.
Caitlyn? Who's Caitlyn again? Oh, her. Oh, no.
I need to update my profile pic. Okay. Is it wise to connect the rings?
No, I wouldn't actually do that.
You think because I'm a woman I'll take less?
I thought that you were reasonable.
Well, now you know me better. Yes, my niece.
The other side to it is Megadeth didn't really know her. You know, even though he knew her, he didn't truly know her all the way. Yeah.
I should not be intimidated.
Now, if it's someone I know very well my whole life that suddenly like went down that road, I'll try to help them as much as I can, but to the point where as long as it doesn't conflict with my life, that's what my thing.
Right now to see if you qualify for the debt reset program. You could pay only a
Yeah.
fraction of what you owe, and your debt balance and monthly payments may be reduced while you become debt-free in just 24 to 48 months. National Debt Relief has already helped thousands of Americans avoid bankruptcy
Yeah.
and become debt-free. National Debt Relief has earned a top rating from Consumer Affairs and is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call National Debt Relief now.
Well, I mean, I've heard stories of some gay guys suddenly just going straight.
For the debt reset program. There are no upfront costs, and you could resolve your debt for a fraction of what you owe. Call 1-800-583-4086.
There's also, and again, this has to do with, you know, okay, like, you know, there's, I don't know who, but like, there's some girls that actually became lesbians because they were abused by their father or whatever, and it was just too traumatic for them to be straight or something. There's, like I said, I mean, the world is in a fractured existence.
A twist of Mediterranean flavors with the gentle bubbles of San Pellegrino. Add a twist of
There's
flavor
guys
to
too that like that are gay, but they're kind of like, I don't want to be anymore, you know, and they want to be straight, and they get depressed. That, and also it's like, I want to have a family, I want to have kids. It's harder to have kids and stuff in that lifestyle. There's a lot of facets to it, but I mean, then you have like the I don't know. There's just so many different kinds of people, I guess.
A hot car.
It's a little temperamental.
Yours?
No, it isn't.
Stolen.
Not exactly. What's your name?
They want to know. Vivian. My name is Vivian.
There was this one guy, it was weird. He
So what hotel you staying at?
one of my friends, he was like
Block right at the corner.
he was like, and he was gay, but like he was like, yeah, man, one of my friends, like, I don't have a place to live. He was working, he had a job and a car and everything. But he's like, yeah, you can stay at my place. You can stay on the couch till you get your own place. And I guess like after a few days of being there, he was already like, this isn't gonna work because I like to walk around naked at my house and I can't do that with you here. So he bounced. I was like, oh, I don't know, that was a weird excuse. It was more like he suddenly didn't want him there, I guess.
Transmission back there. You don't shoot me right. It's a standard.
Like I know what that means. You ever driven a load?
Oh, this is more, and some of them are like, this is more work than I realized too, I think.
You know, it's the only way I can get you off my coat. So like homeless people in the street, they don't check the dollar. They're like nice.
Yeah.
I'm taking you for the ride of my life. This car can really do. I'm ready. Hang on. Here we go. This has pedals on the race car. They're really close together. So it's probably easier for one to drive. And the feet. Except you wear sometimes. You know what's thick as your arm from your elbow to your wrist? Smell it?
No, I didn't know that.
It's a little bit true.
Tell me, what kind of money you girls make these days? Ballpark.
Can't take less than $100.
$100 a night.
For now.
I better go
An
check
hour?
what I can do.
You make
Yeah, I feel
$100
bad
an hour
having
with
made
that
up
safety pin holding your boot up? You gotta be joking.
I never joke about money.
Neither do I.
I know, it's a false alarm.
$100 an hour. Pretty stiff.
Well, no. But it's got potential.
I don't want to make him feel bad for that decision. Because I'm going to talk more with him.
He'll get through this. I mean, somehow. But just the really upsetting thing, though, is that paperwork that she took. That's domestic stuff. That's what she's been arrested for, is fraud. Like, she's done fraudulent banking stuff. For fraud, you know, doing stuff with people's bank. He did call the police, but because now Monday, when his girlfriend comes over from the farm to the house, they're basically gonna go through the whole house and see what's missing. Do inventory. Because when he called the police by phone, he was saying some of Karen's stuff is lost, and they said that they were gonna have to come to the police station and make a report to do it. They can't just, because he was on his way to work and he's like, trying to guess at what stuff he does know that's missing.
No, I like it us.
thinking, did you really say $100 an hour? Yeah. Well, if you don't have any prior engagements, I'd be very pleased to join the company. Go to the hotel.
You got it. What is your name? Edward, that's my favorite name in the whole world.
No.
I tell you what, this is fate.
The only involvement is when you know for sure you have a legal right. You have the right of way.
Well,
Yeah.
this hotel is not the kind of establishment that rents rooms by the hour.
They're probably gonna find out shit about you too. To hide the talk, fucking. Now we gotta do all this shit. The police involved.
Wow.
You should have just fucking watched it instead of letting her give her the opportunity. Now you have to get the police involved.
You're gonna be fine.
You can't just be hanging out listening to music right now.
Stop.
You have to watch her. You shouldn't just let her in the
Good
first
evening,
place.
sir.
Yeah.
The messages.
Fuck off. You have to give her back to her so that what she does to you, you don't have to deal with her trying to break in.
Could you send up some champagne and strawberries, please?
Of course. Room service.
But she knows that. She knows it doesn't really want to do anything, and he's like a nice person, so she can fucking totally use that against him. And if they ever go to court, she's just gonna turn on the bullshit boss. And if Mega and Karen are actual like they're the victims, and you gotta come in there.
Impressed?
Well, they already do have some records. She's already got like, okay, first of all, she's already got warrants. She's already got warrants. Her.
Why don't you go out there?
I'm afraid of heights.
So how come you went to the penthouse?
Yeah.
It's the best. I looked all around for penthouses on the first floor, but I couldn't find one.
Well, now that you have me here, all you have to do.
Well, I think if they went to court, the judge is gonna be more pissed off at her because she's not supposed to be doing this kind of stuff. She won't. She's just too stupid. Well, I mean, you could use a defense of they were trying to help her during her pregnancy.
You could pay me. That's one way, maybe break.
Yeah, I know, but also the record.
I assume cash is acceptable.
Her. Oh, wait, we'll get this. This is something that's not gonna look good on her. Her caseworker has. Yeah, because the caseworker knows she's lying about the money usage. Yeah, yeah.
All right. Pick one. I got red, I got green, I got yellow. I'm out of the bag.
What I think is that they should have, and Megadeth actually agreed with this back then. I don't know why they didn't do this. I think, okay, this has to do with money. They didn't want to put her in jail while she was pregnant because that would have cost them more money, I think. I mean, I'm just suspecting. She actually was supposed to go to jail for 6 months when she